Welcome back to Book Break. It is time for our monthly book haul. If you haven't seen one of these before, this is our virtual publishing house book haul, so I get a very exciting email every month containing details of some of the most exciting books we have published in the previous month. So today we are looking at November's books, and Elle, who is the other half of the Book Break team, said she has chosen me a smaller selection than usual, but of books that we are both, you and me, gonna get very excited about. So let's open this up. So the first book we are hauling this month is The 30-Day Kickstart Plan by Joe Wicks. We all love Joe Wicks here at Book Break. He is just brilliant. So this looks like it's going to be a perfect book come January. It's all about energy boosting recipes and workouts, which is great because January can be a bit of a slump month for me, and so anything that gets me feeling excited and energetic is perfect. I love the bright colours as well, that already makes me feel happier, and it says it has 100 delicious recipes inside, and I always trust Joe Wicks' recipes. Okay, next in here we've got a new David Baldacci. Daylight reveals the deadliest secret of all. How exciting is that? So this one is really exciting because it's combining two of David Baldacci's characters. So this is actually the third in the series featuring Atlee Pine, who is a special agent whose twin sister was abducted when they were both 6 years old, and so she is always on the hunt to find out what happened to her sister. But in this book we also get an appearance from John Puller. John Puller is a military investigator you might recognise from books like Zero Day and No Man's Land. So in this book they're going to team up, and the truth about what happened to Atlee Pine's sister is finally going to be revealed. So this is a big one. Okay, next we have, oh that's stunning, The Dark Archive by Genevieve Cogman. So this is the next in the Invisible Library series. These covers are always so beautiful. You have to collect them all. I love this purple. So I think this is number 7 in the series now? It is, it's number 7. So this series is really fun because each book takes you to a different alternate universe. You get to go to different cities, different time periods. We even travelled with Book Break all the way to Paris once to tell you about one of the books in this series that was set in the libraries of Paris. So I'll link to that video below because it's a really fun one. But The Dark Archive, this is set in Guernsey and London. This is fantasy that's about books. It's also got dragons in it, so I know there are a lot of you for whom this will be right up your alley. Okay, next we have The 12 Dates of Christmas. I actually have this one on my desk. Here it is. I have been keeping this one on my desk. I'm so excited to read the second it is the 1st of December. I'm diving into this one. I'm already feeling very Christmassy, but I've told myself I have to wait. So this is about a woman who goes back to her hometown and she signs up for this 12 Dates of Christmas service where she gets to go on 12 different festive dates with 12 different men, and the whole town is watching her hilarious dating adventures. Sounds like just the Christmas rom-com I need. Then we have Walking with Ghosts by Gabriel Byrne. Okay, so Gabriel Byrne is an actor. I know him from films like The Usual Suspects and Little Women. He's also worked as a film director and producer, so he's had a really amazing career, and he's an incredible writer. I haven't read this one yet, but it has been so praised as this just beautifully told memoir of his life growing up in Ireland all the way to Hollywood success. Lots of people have said that it's very poetic and moving, so sounds amazing. Then we have, I haven't seen this cover, I love that, The Readiness by Alan Gillis. So Alan Gillis is an Irish poet. I'm just reading the description of this collection. It says that in here he addresses some of the most pressing concerns of the age. How can we live at the centre of our contemporary paradox, disconnected and hyper-connected as we are? That's very interesting. These poems form a series of bad dreams and clear visions that speak to the chaos and fragility of both self and society. Wow, what a description, and I still just have not stopped laughing at how brilliant this cover is. Next in here, that is beautiful, Counting Creatures by Julia Donaldson and Sharon King Chai. So they are an amazing pair. They worked before on Animalphabet, which was an absolutely gorgeous children's book. This one looks equally stunning. Animalphabet was about learning the alphabet through looking at these different animals, and this one is about learning to count through counting the different drawings of the different animals. It looks stunning. I want to learn to count all over again. Okay, next we have Uncomfortable Conversations with a Black Man by Emmanuel Acho. I've talked about this book on this channel before in our non-fiction recommendations video. So Emmanuel Acho set up a YouTube channel back over this summer where he created a safe space to talk about some of the uncomfortable conversations and questions that need to be asked. The videos went absolutely viral. It's a brilliant YouTube series you should definitely check out, and now he has written a whole book engaging with some of these most difficult and uncomfortable topics that we need to talk about. And finally, the last book in this haul is The Happiest Man on Earth, The Beautiful Life of an Auschwitz Survivor. So this is by Eddie Jaku. Again, I've mentioned this book before in our non-fiction recommendations, so I will link to that video. I am so desperate to read this book. It looks absolutely beautiful. So Eddie Jaku was a young man living in Germany, proud to be a German, until the day he was arrested and taken to a concentration camp because he was Jewish. And he survived some of the most unimaginable horrors that a person can live through. But after surviving the Holocaust, he set himself a mission that he was going to smile every single day, and he now believes himself to be the happiest man on earth, and it's such a beautiful story. And Eddie Jaku has just turned 100 and lived a truly amazing life that I think we can all learn from. So Elle was right, that was a brilliant haul. Do let me know which of these books you are most excited about getting your hands on. I will also link to our playlist here of all of the book hauls we have done before if you want to go back in time and revisit some of our most exciting books of the year, and we will see you next time.